is a saying that the birds born in a cage think that freedom is illness because they never have experienced freedom. They call other birds flying outside that they are ill. So that sounds familiar. That's why our government is trying to convince majority of population that the people who fight for their freedom, people who oppose forceful injection, people who are fighting against school, against indoctrination of their kids, against confusing them about their sex and performing gender mutilation surgeries on them. Our government is trying to convince people that those people fighting for that are sick and ill. So I and Judy, we together formed a new party in British Columbia. It's fully registered as of January 9, 2023. And guess what? Its name is Freedom Party of British Columbia. So under the banner of this party, we will bring all the freedom groups together. There are so many people doing so much work, but we will give it a political force, and we will tell these parents who is really sick, which is them. And I will go over what's in our platform. We have a website called freedompartybc.ca. We have some brochures at the table back, so you can take them on the way back. So the first item on platform is, I own my body, not the government. And I want to a few lines there. BC residents will not be treated as government subjects. They will have full autonomy over their bodies. All employees terminated due to COVID policy will be rehired with apology. All involved in COVID tyranny will be held accountable and criminally prosecuted. Rescind NDP Bill 36, which is designed to tighten the tyrannical moves on British Columbians' health. And then we have schools are for learning. We know that they are using schools for everything except learning, because the plan is, if you brainwash kids, they will grow up, then they will do the government's bidding. It's like striking at our very roots. Once you turn them, they have a fresh mind, right? They absorb anything and it stays forever. So it's a well-orchestrated strategy on their part. And then we have things like make housing affordable again. In one of the biggest landmass Canada has in the world, and yet our entire youth has been priced out of not only housing market but renting market as well. So before even they start their career, they have already hit the depression, where to live, how to pay rent. Religious freedom is guaranteed. No matter fake pandemic, real pandemic, in human history, religious places have never been shut down. It's the first time it ever happened, and that in the name of fake pandemic. The others are, children belongs to parent, not the government. Amen. Yes. Somehow, government put in parents' head that you can discipline your kids, anything they lose them, and that this empowerment that they get, children just get detached from them. That bond they're supposed to build, government is in the middle. You know, last November, one red alert went in BC that someone abducted a baby from BC Children's Hospital. When you read the details, it was the mom of the child, because the doctors were putting child under certain procedures which the mom objected. So what they do, they call Ministry of Children, they call RCMP, mom takes her kid and drives out, and they put the red alert that someone abducted a child. So that's how tyrannical and heartless our government can get. So in a nutshell, we want to restore our freedoms as they used to be, and that's what we will do under the banner of our party. So I think that's a brief introduction. I can go on more, but that you get the idea. A little bit about my background. In 2020, I was just a normal person doing my job, raising my family. But after seeing what's happening, I became PPC candidate in federal election from Surrey. And in 2021, I made a new People's Council Surrey in Surrey elections. I ran as a mayor and with 5 councillors. So now, we just formed this BC party, Freedom Party of British Columbia. Elections are in October 19, 2024. That's 18 months from now. So we are not the party that we just put our platform and sit at home and show up just before the elections. We consider ourselves pretty much a revolutionary party. And between now and October 2024, we will be constantly doing things to give pain in the butt of the government. We will appoint our own shadow ministers who will study what the government ministers are doing and critique them. We will appoint press liaisons who will constantly give press releases to the media, and we will be very active. We will also go door to door, and for all this endeavor, we will be needing volunteers. It's all on our website, our different positions based upon what you want to do. So please take a look, and it will be very active next 18 months, I promise you. Thank you. Yeah, any questions, please? Yes, Leah, go ahead.
How are you going to address housing? What's your actual solution to that?
I made 2 videos on housing about 2 years ago on YouTube because I got so sick and tired. There are 3 issues why we have high housing. First issue is foreign buying. I was living in Vancouver in 2001, 2002. I was going to UBC and renting place. Our standard 33 feet large house in Vancouver used to be 250,000. Within 2-3 years, it went to 300,000, 400,000, 500,000, 600,000, and hit $1 million in 2008. Little bit correction during the great housing crisis. Whole world went down half prices for 5 years, not Vancouver. A brief hiccup, and they started going to 1.1 million, 1.2, 1.3, 4. Right now they're about 2 million. This is just a small lot. So a blind person can see that something is very wrong. But our government, Vancouver city government, provincial government, and federal government, they are all in it. They are all benefiting. First they denied, no, there is no such thing, supply and demand. Vancouver is a desirable area. And then what happened? We used to have realtors which were white, East Indian, Chinese, Filipino. But as prices were going up, every realtor was Chinese. The others just disappeared. So pretty much 90% all realtors were Chinese. So it's plain and clear that China is buying Canada. At that time, people used to joke, Vancouver and Toronto market is crazy. But guess what? It's spread everywhere now, coast to coast, no one can afford. And it was known it will happen. Why does government let it happen? Governments are inefficient, they're generally bankrupt. So they keep increasing property taxes as prices went. Big windfall, sure. Increase your salary, bonuses, no problem. So they shut their mouth. We don't have data. We don't know who is buying. We don't have data. Provincial government, same thing. Federal government, all those money laundering comes in millions. It's spent somewhere. BC casinos, here and there, expensive cars, hockey bag of cash is coming in. So they're all in, but they pretend, no, we don't know what's happening. So that's number one reason, which is a huge base. And no matter what happens in the world, our market is not going to crash. Because they will put all money, buy even cheaper. Second issue is low mortgage rates, 0% for longest time. That's another fraud, which finally broke. And now people who were buying low, now they are stuck. High mortgage rate. So they will be forced to sell the land, the houses, and guess who will buy? More foreigners, more big corporations like BlackRock. They are buying residential properties as much as they can. So it's a mechanism that money from our pocket is going out to the special interest groups, and that's the mechanism going on. So it's not a small thing that they're doing. And the third one, incessant immigration, of course. In a 38 million population, if you bring 500,000 people every year, where existing people already have no place to live, and you're shoving down more, what will happen? So it's, I consider it's pretty much attack on our sovereignty. If our youth cannot rent a place even, what future do they have? The country is gone. It is that serious. So thank you, Leah. That's what I think are the reasons. And we have been defrauded by our own governments. That's the bottom line. Because it's entirely in their hands. But they are happy to sell us out. And that's the reason we are coming into politics, because you can shout so much in streets, we get tired, we give up. So these guys have unlimited money, resources, our own money, but they play and suppress us, put foot on our throat. So yeah. Freedom Party of BC, we will fight back. Bring it on, guys. I think day night. Maris, behind you, lady.
Yes.
Wait, behind you, lady, she raised her hand first.
Yeah, Mario first.
Ladies first.
Okay, sorry about maybe I'm wrong, but here was many elections in the last couple of years, and remember the Purple Party, it doesn't matter Maxime Bernier or whatever, but we know they stole the election, and we know the system is bad. Like if we are still in their system, they will stole your votes. It's mean, I don't see solution in that. The system has to be changed. And what we have to do, I read it, it's not my idea. It came across to me a couple of days ago. It's 7 steps. I will not tell you first step, like to meet each other, to bring the kids, as another lady said, to spread the truth. But also we have to do a big push for the military and for the police to stand on our side. That's the only solution. Not parties, which is going to compare with their parties, and we are in the same system, and they form the system. They form the system of pharmaceutical mafia. They form the system of the bank system, Rothschild. It's me. We are still in the system. If we fight in their system, they will never give us to vote. That they know that they can't steal it. Sorry, I'm honest, but this is the way how the society works.
I understand what you're saying. So let me address system first. A lot of people talk about system. System is bad, how to fight the system. In my contention, there is no such thing as system. System is a wall between us and the people who are running the system. It's those people who are bad. They create a facade in front. It's always people behind the system. So our enemies are always people. So don't get misled by it. The system is there. The system is nothing but people implementing and maintaining it. So we need to identify those people and go after them. And to your contention that system is rigged, voting is rigged. So there is rigging, but I think it can make some difference. But if we go with such a force, overwhelming force, revolution kind of thing, that's what will wash them down. And we also, right now, we don't have much youth participation in election or anything. That's because majority of politicians, generally speaking, they are older. They are all bought out. Whatever they talk, it doesn't click with youth because there's nothing in it for them. It's so that boring for them. So they just get detached. We will bring in some youth leader, some 20, 25, 30 years old, and we will do a lot of things differently than traditional parties do. So we will excite youth, we will tell them the truth upfront, and that should excite them. So that's one of the major push to get youth with us. So yeah, but then no action is not a solution for sure. We have to believe in ourselves. We have to scream. We all should be willing to scream at the street, what conviction we have. There's another thing why the movements fail. When tyranny is so huge and powerful, it needs sacrifice to fight it. If we are not willing to sacrifice, I'm sorry, we cannot fight it. For instance, in developed countries like Canada, people are very conscious of their criminal record. So let's say I protest and somehow police arrest me. Now I have a criminal record and I can't get a job. So they are using it against us. That's why we can't have civil disobedience, because no one wants to take risk. And also government always divides us. It's their agenda never to let us come together. Based upon race, Chinese, Indian, white, far-right supremacist, they do it on very purpose. So they segregate everyone and tell everyone, you are under danger, we will save you. Tell this party, you are under danger from them and we will save you. So these are all tried and trusted techniques, divide and rule. So we need to be smart about it as well. And no wonder in our schools, they have taken out math and science. Everyone passes, there's no exam, it's just socialization. So what's the side effect? They never think, they're not forced to think. So they are dumbing them down on purpose. So it's attack all around, and so education and health come under provincial. So that's why provincial party is appropriate for us. Okay, Marius.
Yes. Everything is coming back to us with the people. We are maintaining the entire infrastructure, the whole system, financial institution, health system, police, military, so on, fire departments. And it's looking like everything is coming against us. So we are going to elect some people or some political party that practically we have trust in it, but practically that political party and that people are not fully controlling the health system, the police, and so on, because it's the hierarchy, right?
Yeah.
So how can we have a permanent with the people document that to be signed, ratified, and validated with the people, that will remain permanently unto that institution, a Surrey institution, or Vancouver institution, or British Columbia institution. So that with the people to reserve our right, if the police are not practically protecting our integrity, freedom, and rights, to have the right to fire or to address that issue and to fix that as normally supposed to be. Second thing, it is that can create kind of pandemic to the other, in a very good sense, saying pandemic, and the other provinces or societies. I was going to want to have that kind of document. Alberta will want to have that kind of document, that with the people to have the power and to maintain the system and to our, not the government to control, but with the people to control the system that serve us and to our own community.
Yeah, so I totally understand your question. First thing, there is no such thing as permanent. Okay? democracy is as good as people willing to defend it. In any system, you can put anything on paper. I've been brought up in India, they have constitution. When you study as a kid, everything is good. Even here you study Charter of Rights and Freedoms. But who will enforce it? Government, judiciary, police. But if they go corrupt and no one is enforcing it, then what do you do? And that's the situation we have here. And the blueprint of corruption is, let's say our Prime Minister, people call him bastard, some call him third, which he is. So, how do you spread corruption? You get the top guy of police, public health, news media. You talk to them behind closed doors that this is what we are going to do. Some will just fall in, someone will oppose, someone has morals. Next thing you know, they are fired. Bring another one who will toe the line. That's what happened in Ottawa protest. The police chief resigned. So obviously he was not going along with them. Judy is from Ottawa, she has worked in Ottawa for a long time. So they bring another one. So those guys, they talk to their next level. Same thing, anyone doesn't fall in line, out. The other guys are watching, they say, okay, if we speak against, we are out. We need to make a living. We are mortgage and stuff. So they all fall in line. All the way, the people who were very good, now they are scared. So there's a reason why in Canada corruption